Ron and Fez show on 106.7 WJFK. Toll-free phone number 866-277-4969. Rob Bennington, Fez Watley with you tonight, live on a Tuesday.
And Fez, it looks like we've been stood up by the girl with OCD.
All right, maybe her OCD wouldn't let her come in.
Shouldn't that mean that she has to be here and promptly?
She's probably counting ceiling tiles somewhere or sidewalk cracks or something and can't make it in the front door.
I hardly believe that these things even exist at all.
I believe in them.
They're so foreign to me that I don't get it at all.
I can't believe you don't have anything like this. I mean, not even the slightest thing.
No, I really don't think so. I'm too lazy to have those.
I mean, one that I have is I will put my socks, I will take them on and off until I get them lined up just right with my toes. I cannot put on my socks unless they are on perfectly as they go into the shoe.
I could put on my socks if one was on fire and the other one had mud on it.
And I've seen you do that. I've seen you actually put on socks where half the sock is folded underneath your foot. It's halfway off your ankle.
As I start to walk, the sock is self-adjusting.
That would drive me insane. I couldn't live like that. I would actually feel crippled. I wouldn't be able to walk.
I don't get it.
It would just nag at me and nag at me.
Are you that way? Do you worry, Roy?
No, not at all. I'm the same as you. I don't have any OCDs. I mean, like, if something happens, something happens. Oh, well, you know, I'll just
If I'm doing anything, I'm daydreaming more than anything else. I would not have time to count if I'm thinking, hey, what if I owned Sinatra's nightclub? You know what I'm saying? Hey, what if I was president? I'm more or less trying to have good thoughts all the time. I don't understand the concept walking down the stairs going 1, 2, 3, 4.
I only count stairs when I walk up them.
The only thing I could possibly see is when I was a kid, I would take 2 steps at a time, like running up the stairs, and I would just feel kind of weird if I made it up on like an odd number, but I wouldn't go back down and try it again.
See, you have it.
No, but I outgrew that. Now I really don't even think about it as I'm doing it.
Well, quit running upstairs 2 at a time at your age. You maniac.
All right, Mikey D's wife sent me a regular mail.
How odd.
That's very weird about Mikey.
Oh, that I know what it is. Never mind.
This is his OCDs.
That's quite the list there.
Yeah, they go on and on. I'm just going to try to find some... Mikey is one of the guys who has to make sure that all doors are locked and bolted. Screen door is locked, alarm is set. Even if unattended for a short time.
I will obsess about an alarm clock.
Food, Mikey cannot waste anything. Is willing to make himself sick with food poisoning just in order to avoid throwing food out. Always takes home doggy bags, even if it's nothing significant, a half a baked potato, etc.
That's true.
Why do you do that, Mikey?
I just feel bad that food will be thrown away or not eaten. Like
You're Harry Elvis.
But I it's not like I'm bringing home tons and pounds of everybody else's food. It was just my food.
Now, will you eat grody leftovers out of the fridge to avoid from throwing it away?
Yeah, usually.
All right, that's just sick.
Are you just cheap?
No, not at all.
I think you're cheap.
No, I'm not. Not at all. I just don't. I freak out if I see it in the garbage just thrown out. And then what happens is she buys stuff and then never eats it. Like, we've had this rice pudding in like a cup that has been in the refrigerator for like 2-3 months. See, I'm stuttering already thinking about it, and I keep on telling her, "Are you going to eat it? Are you going to eat it? Are you going to eat it?"
No, she's not going to eat it,
What's
Mikey.
the matter?
Then why buy it? And then what happens? She has to throw it away because the expiration date is like a month already gone. So I freak out with that.
Now, will you still eat it? How old can something be that you'll still eat?
It's a little cup of rice pudding. Why do you care?
It still bothers me, especially and then is like there's stuff in the refrigerator that is supposed to be in certain ways. So if I open it up and I see something's different, I freak out.
Oh, you're a maniac. I'm going to send Harry Elvis over to your house to eat your old food. He's like a Mr. Wolf for refrigerators.
That would be good.
He's a cleaner.
All right, here's one that Mikey does. He saves everything, according to his wife. All of Lene's artwork, scribbles, torn tissues, and dates them.
Yes.
Old crappy clothes that the Salvation Army wouldn't take. keeps that ridiculous diary. Not as a true diary, just a fact thing in order to remember every day.
Yeah, I have.
You're thinking about the news.
Right. The news thing.
What did you used to do with the news? Remind everybody.
I used to tape every night the local news for, let's see, about 10 years, since the Persian Gulf War.
Every night you would tape the local news, not even like the nightly news or the Dan Rather.
Only if I missed, the local news, I would do the national news. But normally it was the local news because they used to cover
everything. And what was the purpose for it?
The purpose was to play it back years from, the time that it was taped to see what it was on that day.
How was it like in those times, those olden times? Have you ever done it? Have you ever pulled out a tape and thrown it in?
No.
Say, of course not.
All right, here's something interesting. Doesn't even share and enjoy in events because he's videotaping everything. Plus, Lene and I never get to watch it. He won't let us.
Now, why would you tape something and not let anyone watch it?
I put it away and I put it, in my little, shelf, all in order. And then, other tapes go on top of it. So I don't want to, take it out of order.
All right, Lene would like to see her 4th birthday. She can't see it?
No, that's, in fact, I don't know why she wrote that, because 2 weeks ago she wanted to see...
Because she's a liar and a thief.
She wanted to see when Lene was born, the day that she was born, and that first month.
Oh, you got a big date that day.
Oh, yeah.
All right, he's constantly cleaning. He washes dishes and his own clothes because he thinks I'm incapable.
Yes.
All right, so you do your own laundry?
I always do my own laundry.
Will you do the kid and your wife's?
No, just mine.
Why? You're throwing everything in.
All right.
She could do that. She could do that laundry if she, that turns around.
Freaks out over any little scar or pimple that's on his body's or Lene's. Thinks he's got cancer or makes him ugly, and he says, deformed.
Look away, I'm hideous.
Yeah, I do that a lot. In fact, Wonder Boy and Elvis went through one of those episodes.
Counts all the items he's taking with him as he leaves the house for any reason. Softball, social event, work, and he says the numbers out loud. So you'll go 1, 2, 3.
For instance, softball, right? 1, my wallet. 2, my keys. 3, my glove. 4, the Gatorade. And 5, my cigarettes.
All right, what if you have some gum?
There's no gum. That throws me off.
It's got to be 5 things?
Yeah, it's got to be usually, 5 things.
The 5 things you need to go play softball, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, I don't even understand it. All right, Andrew, I am me, and he wants to talk to us. Andrew, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hi, Ron. Hey, Fez.
Hey, Andrew.
I'm Andrew Gore.
How are you, Andrew?
I'm doing great. Yeah, I've suffered with OCD since I was 15.
Now, Andrew, you said that you were actually in a book about OCD?
Yeah, I got OCD when I was a kid. I'm 37 now. Back when they really didn't know what it was, so they institutionalized me in Boston. I was like on the nut ward.
How scary.
Oh, it was frightening.
And what was the book?
The book was The Boy Who Couldn't Stop Washing His Hands.
No, were you the boy?
It was based on the whole study I was in. So, I'm locked up in the nut ward, and somebody from the government heard about me, and they flew me out to NIH in Maryland.
Now, was that your choice? Or did someone just come get you in the night and you're going to Maryland like Hannibal Lecter?
No. I mean, it was all organized and it was all done. I wanted to get better. I was going to blow my head off. So I kind of didn't have a choice.
How long were you there in the nut hut?
About a year altogether.
Wow. And were you doing the hand washing thing?
Oh, yeah. I washed my hands to the point where today, if it's cold outside, they're still discolored. It looks like I've gloves on.
Really? You just wash the color right out of them?
Yeah. Well, the washing is a lot better now, but it sucks. I mean,
what else do you do?
Going over boundaries, like in between rooms, going in the room, out of the room, in the room, out of the room.
And you still do stuff like that?
Oh, I do it. Did it dialing the phone to talk to you.
Right. What did you end up doing there?
I ended up picking up the phone, putting it down, calling, hanging up.
That was you.
Yeah, nothing's easy for me.
Yeah. What is your weirdest one of all?
Probably when I was a kid, the weirdest thing I did was put Windex in my eyes.
Now, why would you do that?
To clean the eyes.
To get them really clean.
Get my eyes clean.
Yeah, that's pretty
Thank
weird.
God I'm not blind.
Yeah.
And is this, the thing where you just repeat something over and over again, like the boundaries or picking up and putting down the phone, that you get some sort of comfort level out of that?
Yeah, it just needs to feel right. And once everything feels right, then I go on about...
I don't know. I think that phone's a little itchy. Scratch it. Just scratch the phone.
It's just...
Are you in the wrong room?
Excuse me?
I feel like you're in the wrong room right now.
No,
Yeah, it feels that way.
That phone's got to feel weird in your palm.
Yeah.
It is. I think I got to go wash my hands.
Yeah, with that dirty hand of yours.
That dirty phone.
This is my dirty uncle.
See, Mikey, you're not as bad as him, but it's the same form, right?
You're on your way.
Yeah, the one thing I want to ask you, Andrew, is did you, pick up patterns like you could see and, for instance, what I do is, in traffic lights, I'll pick up the pattern of the traffic light, and the way that I go home every night is the same exact way because I know the pattern of the traffic lights. Would you do stuff like that?
No, I wouldn't do that. My big
not.
thing
He's
was
not
going
crazy.
over boundaries, just intrusive thoughts.
Give us an intrusive thought.
Oh, I can't go into that. Those are my private demons I got to deal with.
It's something that'll happen, though?
So either something bad will happen, or I'll associate what I'm doing with this stuff I'm thinking, and then it'll be the memory will be ruined.
Wow.
Yeah, it sucks. But I'm lucky because I get to work it all out through my work.
What kind of work you do?
I'm a kind of an underground artist here in Washington, D.C.
Great, man. That's cool.
Yeah,
So you must just start a painting 1,000,000 times.
Well, yeah, I make novelty stuff. I was on the O&A show back in the day, and I make dolls and T-shirts and clocks. So I'm constantly working. Keep myself busy all the time.
Yeah, keep those hands going, those dirty hands moving.
Oh, yeah.
How often do you sleep at night? I mean, do you sleep all night?
Oh, yeah. I go to bed around 4. I sleep, a good 6-7 hours a night. But when I'm up, it's like...
You got to keep moving.
Got to keep moving. Got to keep on doing something.
Do you get sound sleep?
No. Nightmares.
Me too. Welcome to my world.
Yep.
You sound perfectly normal to us.
Well, yeah, Andrew, at least you got it together, man. That's
yeah,
cool.
Hey, I'm not knocking it. I'm looking at this even when I was in the hospital in in Boston. I was standing in line to get, I don't know, Thorazine or whatever the hell they were shoving down my throat. I was like, one day I'm going to take this illness or whatever, affliction, and turn it around and make it work for me.
Right.
And that's exactly what I've done.
That's great, man.
I've built a, thriving business. I have, I've a huge collection. I'm a big time collector, and
See, it seems like someone that has the OCD like that, where they have to get into a pattern and repeat things over and over again, they would be really good, on an assembly line.
Yeah, well, that's it's kind of therapeutic when I'm printing T-shirts because it's like monkey work.
Yeah, it's just over and over again.
Yeah, just doing the same thing.
Like drumming.
Oh, yeah. See, and that's a pattern thing as well, Because if I listen to songs, I could figure out the pattern of what the drummer is doing, and then it clicks in my head, so I know how to do it.
I'm always coming up when I do really boring stuff like that, like stuffing dolls, it's mindless. But then my mind just kind of wanders off, and I come up with ideas for new projects. And I don't know, Fez, if you remember, but Swiss Miss gave you a pillow I made.
Oh yeah, that was the elephantitis.
Yeah.
All right, so you know Swissy pretty well?
Fairly well. After I did the O&A show a few times, we were just chatting on the line, and I set up a small sideshow thing in New Jersey at a tattoo convention, and she came in and met me there.
How are those big Nad pillows selling?
They're great. I call it lay back on the sack.
Nice, hit the sack.
Yeah. So it's nice.
I love mine.
It's just silly. It's fun stuff. I like coming up with stuff that nobody else would think of doing.
Well, that's one of them. Big Nad pillows.
Yeah.
All right, Andrew, we'll have to have you in one night, all right, brother?
It'll be great. I'm right in D.C.
Okay, man. We'll see you soon.
Okay. See you.
All right, see you.
Thanks for calling, Andrew.
866-277-4969, 866-277-4969. Here's Paul. Paul, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Paul, what's up?
Hey, buddy.
What can we do for you tonight?
You guys were talking about OCD. I have a bunch of them, but the one that actually caused me physical pain, my mom had me made for it, was when I was about 7 or 8, I started, like, every day, no matter what it was, at 4 o'clock, I sat down and clipped my fingernails, and I filed them until it got to the point where there was almost no fingernail. No matter how much blood was coming out, no matter how much it hurt, I had to file my fingernails and clip them down to nothing. And I kept doing it and doing it and doing it until my mom had me admitted because I just could not stop. I felt so dirty if I didn't cut my fingernails every day.
You like that, Mikey?
I wish I had that, because these things are like talons. I'm Wolverine.
Not the fingernails, but I find he just reminded me what I'm starting to do lately.
Your teeth?
No. Well, yes, the teeth too.
Flossing?
No, I have one of these new things that with the whiteners.
Yeah.
I have to do it every day. If I don't do it, I can't. I literally think about it like most of the rest of the day that I didn't do it.
All right, now that can't be good to use.
That is on your mouth, or
no? It's like I'll brush my teeth, and then there's a machine that it's like it goes round and round, and then you put the whitener on it. So if I don't do that, I freak out. Like for the rest of the day.
Have you read to see if that's okay to do it every day?
Yeah, I think it's okay to do every day.
I would read it first.
But and then also another thing that I'm doing is on my TV, I have to dust it every day. I have to make sure the dust is off.
Why, Hazel?
It gets dusty. I just don't want to see those little things there.
Thanks a lot, Paul.
It's just weird. I mean, I'll have to dust that screen every day with my little duster.
My screen's so dusty, every show looks like they're in a blizzard.
It looks like dusty roads every time I go down in your house. 866-277-4969. Talking to OCDs. They're always so interesting to me. We got stood up by our OCD girl tonight. Very depressed. And I know that Roy wants to go out a loser. That's his thing. He never could pull off a guess.
Not one guess. The record stands complete.
And, Fezzy, if this was Al Dukes or any of your producers in the past, they'd be getting FaceTime right now. But Rory, Mikey, just floats on by.
I hadn't even noticed.
When somebody loves me, life was beautiful. How are you going to say goodbye to that?
I don't know. That's going to be rough. It's going to be very rough on me. Especially if the Toy Story 2 song is playing.
Album.
The whole album?
No, but I really do think it's, you guys had a very close friendship. It was very instrumental in for a lot of good things in your life. And, I think that you ought to stomp and recognize that.
I will.
I mean, both of you, not just you.
Yeah.
Because to him, he's
I don't want it to be one-way street.
Have you noticed with him? It's like, hey, I'll miss both you guys. I'm like, I tried to point out to him, hey, Roy, you didn't have such a great relationship with me.
He's very blasé about it.
Yeah, I noticed that, too.
I think he's being strong.
Maybe it's a one-way street. If I had to guess.
I don't think it's a one-way street.
I think Merle Street had more ways. Freddie on the Ron and Fez show. Man.
Hey, buddy.
Fred, there you are, Bill.
Oh?
Yeah, go ahead, Fred.
I think Staples got OCD because he consistently says bad jokes over and over and over. He can't stop himself. Maybe you can help him.
Radio Shark. Ron and Fez show.
Go ahead.
Why do you let the shark through? It's not even on the phone.
That's how the shark got through. Now everyone's pointing at each other.
Both those guys are going out with the wheels off. Without any
with no regard.
No dignity whatsoever. Brian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm surprised that so many guys are calling in for OCD. It's a little surprising. A lot of times you think you're the only one that has it. Mine is pretty much with food. Like, I have to touch both sides of my mouth with the food before I put it in. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but even with a drink, I kind of have to touch both sides of my mouth.
What do you mean both sides, like the full thing of your lips?
No, just like the corner of your mouth. You got to hit the corner of your mouth with both. So if you have, let's say if you have, like mashed potatoes, I got to touch both corners of my mouth first, and then I put it in my mouth.
Before it even goes in?
Yes.
Right, that sounds like you're just smearing it all over your face.
No, you don't smear it. You just touch it. It's like you have to just touch it.
I couldn't eat with you, man.
You look like, it sounds like you're putting on your crazy lipstick.
No, it's like even with like if I drink something, it's the same thing. I have to touch. I take the glass and touch the corners of my mouth. You know, and everyone complains about it. They try to hide it, but I have to do it. Like there is no, you know, sometimes you have to do it.
Hey, at least you know, brother, and you're dealing with it. That's the best thing about it. I think that if you say these things, hey, I do this crazy thing, that you're taking some kind of ownership over it, rather than that, not doing it, you know what I mean, and driving yourself nuts. I don't understand why more people just don't go, hey, I'm such a weirdo, and enjoying it. It's being eccentric. It's who you are. You know?
I know with the tapes that I used to do, the only thing that made me really stop was, well, first of all, I had my wife, you know, yelling at me, what are we going to do with all these tapes?
What a shrew.
But, yeah, really. But when I used to go downstairs and just see the piles and piles of tapes that I had, and I go, geez, what am I going to do with these things?
Right.
You know?
I know, because you're not using them.
And
thanks, Brian.
And, like, the old clothes, I have 3 garages in my backyard. And that was from the house prior, so I can't use it for cars. So we use it for storage. So we get these big, like, 25-pound bins, plastic bins. There has to be at least 25 of them that has old clothes. I will not throw away any of my old clothes. When I was a kid.
Why?
I just want to remember. I want to take it, you know, open it up and say, hey, when I was 5, I wore this. You know?
That's not a wasteful thing. Because you could take those to the thrift shop.
Oh, I could.
And someone could, you know, wear them if, you know, if there's some kids that want to look like they're in the 60s.
He wants to see his old gum from 1969. I chewed this. I remember.
And I still have all my
baby teeth.
I do.
Oh, God.
I do.
Ew.
And now Lene is losing one on the bottom. So I said, okay, great. We'll get another little box and put hers in the box next to mine. You know?
Sure, why not raise another generation of nut bars?
She's halfway there already.
You know, the hoarding in the garage is kind of scary.
Yeah, I mean...
Because those are the people you read about in the paper.
Yeah, that's cat lady time.
It's starting to... Yeah.
You throw out old newspapers?
I save some papers.
I would love to go over there, have you chained to a fence, and watch me just start dumping stuff in the garbage.
I would go crazy. I would.
Just hauling it to the curb, and I would do it just to see what would happen to you.
Where are you keeping buckets of your old dung? That's what I want to say. Oh, yeah, this is a loaf I pinched in the 8th grade.
Oh, I remember that. That was Sloppy Joe Day at school. Wow, the memories. Smell that. Well, does that bring back memories?
I still have books from kindergarten and 1st grade that I saved. And that, you know, it was saved, first of all, not because of the OCD. But then as I got older and I used to go and, like, say, okay, let's clean out the garage, I just could not throw them away.
So your parents were keeping all this stuff anyway?
Well, they were keeping it up until a point. You know, like when I became, 11, 12 years old and I was going to junior high school or whatever, it was time for those things to be thrown away. I couldn't do it.
All right, let me ask you this. On a plus side, do you have, like, any old vintage toys or comic books that could be worth a lot of money?
Comics, definitely.
But he's not going to sell them.
That's a thing that I have to start thinking about is what am I going to do with all these comics? Because my kid's not interested in comics.
Right.
So I'm going to have to sell them sooner or later. Some of them are worth like over $1,000 already.
Individual issues?
Yeah. I have some stuff like the first time Punisher came, the first time Wolverine was shown on a comic, and it's all these things are worth like $500, $600, $700. And it's like I don't know how I'm going to be. I'm even like freaking out right now just thinking about selling it, like actually, or just giving it to somebody as a present. I couldn't do it because.
Why don't you take one?
Yeah.
One of the really good ones.
The old ones.
Like
right?
a first Wolverine or first Punisher.
Yeah.
Go ahead, just sell that one, not the collection, not the whole kit and caboodle, just that one. And I guarantee you, if you get like a $500, $600 check in your hand, you're going to feel a lot better about getting rid of some of this crap.
Look how he says he holds on to these stocks long after they peak.
I know, that's not his business sense.
And I was thinking even tonight, for a stockbroker, not to sell his stock. They'll be back. I never sell. Never sell. Just buy.
And he tries to pass that off as business savvy, when really it's OCD. You couldn't bring yourself to sell it.
I've sold stocks where I've made, money, but I mean, if they're down, why am I going to sell it? If I know the company is going to be around for a while, I'll keep it. I mean, that's stockbroker stuff, but that I don't think the OCD has anything to do with it. But when I worked at the brokerage firm, I have every report that I ever did. I saved every one of those.
And you still have those now?
Yep. I still have them in the garage.
All right, we got to take a break, Fizzy. When we come back, I think sad news. One of the great home run hitters, his bat broke tonight, and he corks it. We'll be right back. It's the Ron and Fez Show.